Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1 Phathead, Cande Roth. Candy's out, by the way, just FYI, technical problems today. She is perfectly healthy and fine. She's actually right now probably yelling at her computer and microphone. She might have thrown the microphone across the room. Any of these things are possible, and we hope to get a full recap from her tomorrow. 35, sunny, basically like yesterday, cold. You still need to bundle up, but we're going to get another dry day. It looks like pretty good. We should be okay today, and but cold. All right. By the way, my Valentine's recap from yesterday. Every year, I get little stuffed animals for my kids and my wife. That's my thing, and nothing crazy. Like each one is, $3, $4, $5, whatever it is. Nothing like not humongous. So I went to Five Below. This was like an incredible find. I went to Five Below the other day with Abigail. And, she couldn't look when I was buying the stuff. She couldn't look. She was shopping for her own stuff. And I found little stuffed animals that were s'mores, literally a smiley face on a marshmallow, surrounded by graham cracker and chocolate stuffed animal. Very cute. There were two of those. I got two of them. And then I saw two other stuffed animals that were perfect. You ever hear of a bird's nest? When you make eggs, right? You take a piece of toast, you do a circle in the middle, and then you crack the egg in the middle of the toast, right? Bird's nest. They actually had stuffed animal bird's nest. We eat those all the time. So I got two of those and then divvied them up amongst the four of them, and they were very excited. Cute stuff. That's what we do. We do stuffed animals around here. Very nice. All right, on to a couple of stories I have to get to that we talked about earlier, kind of teased earlier. I was telling you about a food item you've definitely had. You may not eat it every day. You've definitely had. And the person that invented it passed away. Bill Post, who invented the Pop Tart, passed away at the age of 96. It happened back, here's the story, full story. It's actually very interesting. Back in the early 60s, Bill was working with Kellogg's. He initially called them fruit scones, but that was soon changed to Pop-Tarts as a play on the then popular pop art movement. Remember, back then there was the pop art movement going on. So he called them Pop-Tarts. He downplayed his role always. He'd say, "I assembled an amazing team that developed Kellogg's concept of a shelf-stable toaster pastry into a fine product that we could bring to market in the span of just 4 months." His modesty, by the way, might also be because he kind of copied and improved upon a competing product. Just before Pop-Tarts, the company Post, which, by the way, no relation to Bill Post, the guy we're talking about. There is a cereal company, Post, right? You've heard of them. Post cereal, all these cereals and stuff. They announced something called Country Squares, which would become Toast-'em Pop-Ups. Well, Kellogg's Pop-Tarts were similar. Far more successful in the branding and marketing. So did Bill Post steal the idea? Who knows? Most of life's great ideas stem from somebody else's brainstorm, right? Bill, by the way, unfortunately, will not live to see Jerry Seinfeld's upcoming movie about the creation of Pop-Tarts. It's called Unfrosted, the Pop-Tart story. It's actually going to be on Netflix in May, and we'll see how it goes. But there you go. Pop-Tart, the inventor, 96-year-old Bill Post, passed away. We've all had one. I haven't had one in a long time, but quite the invention. Been around forever. And then there's this. Now, if you are a parent who, let's say you complain that your kid goes to too many country shows or is tailgating too much, right? Having too much of a good time, and you think they need to be more focused on stuff that's going to get them ahead in life, right? Well, worry no longer, because two kids from Denver, Colorado, Jackson Remick and Gavin Haman, were just awarded the first ever athletic scholarships to play Division I Cornhole. That's right. The game that we're playing while we're tailgating, Jackson and Gavin, they went to Thunder Ridge High School near Denver. Guess they have a very strong cornhole program. They are prodigies. They won the first ever high school championship together in 2021, and then a year later, they went back to back. So it was National Signing Day last week for all different sports, and they signed letters of intent to play D1 cornhole for Winthrop University in South Carolina. The school has not said how much the scholarship is for. We don't know if it's full ride or partial or whatever, but congrats to them. The first ever D1 cornhole scholarships have been awarded. It's not so bad to get out there. Now, look, if you want to be a perfect cornhole player that goes to college to play cornhole and maybe professionally, which, by the way, I've seen on ESPN, and these people are amazing. Maybe lay off the beer. You might want to be sober for this if you're going to make this your craft for the rest of your life. But yeah, not so bad when you're out there tailgating, playing a little cornhole. Could lead to a scholarship to college, the first ones ever just given out. We got plenty more to get to. Bald and the Beautiful Entertainment coming up at about 8:12. National Day's good news stories to round out the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to have another cold one. 35 sunshine, pretty much a repeat of yesterday. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.